A project anticipated for years is ready to begin.
It's been a long wait, and we're finally going to see some dirt moving.
State Highway 183 will be rebuilt. Leaders talk about the gain and pain involved.
It gave me my life back, and that's what's really cool.
They're my heroes.
This is the Wheel Deal. Hear from some of the competitors taking part in Quad Rugby. Dogs may not appreciate it, but their owners sure do. We're talking about free and low-cost pet health services. Plus, why police want to talk to this man, where drivers are finding a smoother ride, and the $1 Million Act coming to Irving. This is City Source. A major highway project is just about to get underway. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. The groundbreaking for the reconstruction of State Highway 183 is just days away. The city of Irving has been pushing for upgrades for years. Drivers have complained that it is overcrowded and outdated. The $850 million in work will include more than 183, so it has taken on a new name, Midtown Express. The project also involves State Highway 114 and Loop 12, more than 24 miles in all, spanning 5 cities. It will include both free and toll lanes, as well as new service roads. The first phase will take about 3.5 years, with crews working around the clock.
They're going to do 24/7. That's what we're told by the contractor. It won't be the complete one, but it'll be enough that it'll be the toll roads will be open, and a number of free lanes will be open. Then once they start collecting money from the tolls, they fund the plan of 18 lanes.
You know, it's going to be painful when they get working on it, but what my vision is to get Airport Freeway back to the masterpiece that it was, that it be a real airport freeway that connects Dallas, Fort Worth, Irving, all of the great cities in between, and that it boost our economic development. It's hopefully going to be a great thing.
We're going to be covering the groundbreaking and bringing you a lot more on this on future shows. Updates are also available at drivemidtown.com. On that site, you will also find links to get updates on social media. While talking traffic, here's something you might notice on local roads. It is a road analyzer vehicle, and it is currently checking the condition of streets. This is video from when the van last surveyed Irving back in 2012. It is equipped with cameras, lasers, and more. The data collected by the vehicle are analyzed to help the city develop strategies for funding reconstruction and maintenance of streets. The surveying should be complete this summer. Staying on the transportation beat, it is one of the primary complaints of would-be riders of mass transit. The stations are just not close enough to my final destination. Now there is an option for people taking light rail to the Mockingbird station in Dallas. Zip cars are now available there for passengers. For people not familiar with zip cars, the concept is similar to a short-term rental. Rates start at $8 an hour, which includes gas. Zip cars can be reserved online or through the Zipcar mobile app. Moving days are here for the Central Library. Movers will be hauling more than 200,000 items from that recently closed library across the street to the new South Irving Library. We stopped by and saw crews putting some of the finishing touches on the outside of that building. That includes a new wall protecting the building from traffic on Irving Boulevard. During this time of transition, both the East and West branch libraries have expanded hours. And keep in mind that some story times and other programs, such as tax assistance, remain at the Central Library for now. The library website is the place to go for the full list of where to find your favorites. The grand opening of the South Irving Library is set for March 21st. So what about other construction projects in the city? We just got an update on some of them from the Capital Improvement Team.
O'Connor Boulevard from Riverside to SH 114.
And it has opened up. It's a great new road there. We had some pretty bad pavement through there.
There's just a few little things that have to be taken care of, some landscaping and the medians and things.
That project, although it did shrink from a 6-lane divided to a 4-lane, it now has parallel parking on both sides. That's being done in anticipation of having a more pedestrian-friendly urban center once we get some retail built across the street from Williams Square.
We're very pleased with that product. It's been open just the end of January. It seems to have relieved a lot of traffic issues out there.
There's a lot of people that do go see the Mustangs in Williams Square. They will now have better access instead of having to use the garage structure there at Williams Square. So I think that's a real plus for folks.
It's going quite well, actually.
We're a little less than halfway through with that project. The good news is that the large 48-inch transfer main called the Jameson line is completed.
The reason we're doing this new reroute is to get it out of the way of 183 for the expansion of 183. And we're going to be moving in with our paving operations, so we should be flipping sides.
There is still some more water lines and sewer lines that have to go in under that side, as well as a pretty large drainage culvert where we're diverting some of the stormwater down to Delaware Creek underneath MacArthur.
You'll still see power poles on each side, but we're going to be putting the crossings of MacArthur underground.
There is a pretty good flow of traffic going through there. It's the toughest in the rush hours. We do talk weekly with the hospital and the businesses up there along 183 and keep them posted on what's going on.
So there's constant coordination with the hospital.
Expect it to be done in January, February of 16. Once this is done, we'll have a nice new roadway section there and be open for everybody to use.
The Las Colinas Boulevard is under design.
From Fuller all the way out to Riverside.
The pavement is in bad shape out there.
So we have money to redo that road section also.
When we build it, it's going to be a 4-lane divided roadway with bicycle lanes, parallel parking lane.
To match what we did on O'Connor.
We're also doing some pedestrian enhancements. We're going to be replacing the utilities. That project will probably be about 16 months of construction. We intend on starting that project in October. There's several coordination meetings that will be taking place in design here this spring with all the businesses and everything like that, because there's a lot of questions on traffic flow and type of things like that.
In other news, the City of Irving is working on a new comprehensive plan. It's looking for resident input. The process is called Imagine Irving, and the new plan will help guide leaders in developing priorities for future projects. We learned more about it in our most recent edition of ICTN's Open Line.
To do a plan right, there's a couple of things that you need. One is you need a lot of community involvement, you need a lot of ideas, and then you have to be right technically. A modern comprehensive plan is a lot about engineering and economics and computer modeling to make sure that the plan isn't just a bunch of words on paper, that it can be turned into action. Workshops are scheduled for Tuesday, March 3rd. One session is at 11 a.m., another at 5:30 in the evening. Those are at the Irving Convention Center. Workshops will also be held this spring to discuss the plan's special focus area. Those areas are Valley Ranch, Airport Freeway and Beltline Road, and a section of Shady Grove Road. Irving City Council places 4, 6, and 8 will be decided in this May's general election. For people interested in running, time is running out. Election packets are available in the city secretary's office and on the city website. Places 4 and 6 are single-member districts. That means candidates must live within district boundaries. Place 8 is at large, meaning candidates can live anywhere in the city. The packets contain full details. Filings are due on February 27th, and Election Day is May 9th. In today's Crime Fighters, how to avoid getting taken at tax time. But first, the search for a person of interest in a murder case. Investigators want to talk to this man, captured on surveillance camera at a gas station. Shortly after that, police say a group of guys in this SUV and people in another vehicle got in some kind of traffic dispute that ended on Proctor Street in Irving. That's where Osvaldo Mendoza was fatally stabbed. Anyone who has seen this man, a person of interest, is asked to call Irving Police at 972-273-1010. Now to the case of pilfered power tools. Police say this man is wanted on suspicion of stealing DeWalt drill combo sets from Lowe's in Irving and other cities. He was seen getting away as a passenger in a yellow 2003 Ford Explorer. If you have seen him, call police at 972-273-1010 or email ipdcrimetips@cityofirving.org. Tax time is a time for fraud. Irving police investigators say they see cases rise this time of year. They advise people to be aware of people or businesses promising large refunds that you don't expect. Only agree to refund anticipation loans if you understand the terms. Don't send money to someone claiming to be from the IRS, especially if they suggest using prepaid debit cards. Find more tips at facebook.com/IrvingPD, and that's how you can be a City Source crime fighter.
Now to a kind of competition you may have never seen before. Some call it murder ball. Others call it quad rugby or wheelchair rugby. The action is intense and the players are inspiring. Here's Letitia Niumbo.
For many spectators, the sound of metal wheels colliding and bodies falling to the ground might be a little frightening.
They play 100%. When they get hit, you hold your breath.
This is quad rugby, a full contact sport that blends the agility of basketball with the intensity of hockey. It's for quadriplegics, and the thrill of competition helps with rehabilitation. 20 years ago, Andy Cohn suffered from a broken neck and felt helpless after his injury until he discovered this sport.
For me, I did a lot of therapy. I was kind of depressed after my injury until I found wheelchair rugby. And as soon as I did, you canceled all my therapies. It gave me my life back, and that's what's really cool.
I'm kind of like an adrenaline junkie. I mean, I played intense sports all through my life. I was a wrestler, football, baseball. I was in the service, so doing all that kind of brought my attention to it.
They are among dozens of athletes from across the country turning out at Irving Central Park Recreation Center for Rise Adventures Quad Rugby Tournament.
We'll travel around the country, and then there's an elite USA team, so you can travel around the world. It's in the Paralympics, so you can play this sport. It's played on all different levels. It can be very serious on the top level, or it can be just the fun, grassroots, having a good time.
After Kent Sullivan's son was injured in a car accident, Quad Rugby brought the whole family together.
I coach and I actually ref and got involved in reffing the last couple of years, so it's been a team sport, family, we all get involved.
It's great for the guys because as they all have individual injuries, they can help each other problem solve.
Becky Blackham, whose son was paralyzed after a surfing accident, never misses a chance to be his #1 fan.
I live in Seattle and fly wherever the team goes.
A lot of times when people are newly injured, their families want to help them so much and they feel like they're so dependent. Well, this sport really maximizes what you can do and really minimizes what you can't do. The wheelchair really becomes more like athletic equipment.
Rise Adaptive Sports is a North Texas-based organization that offers therapeutic recreation for people with physical disabilities.
We run a lot of different programs. WCMX is one of our newest programs. We also do water skiing, boating, fishing, kayaking, all those types of things, sailing, anything that would be on the water during the summertime.
Rise is more than a recreational sports program. It is a community that holds weekly meetings to reinforce the purpose, recover, inspire, succeed, and empower.
It's not just about participating in the sports, which we do want you to do. We want you to get involved in it. We want everybody to get involved, even those that don't have a physical disability. They're in the family, so they kind of get the idea. But also, there's a lot of socialization and networking.
And people who do get involved, or just come to watch, may find encouragement themselves.
Well, they're my heroes.
The athletes are overcoming challenges to have fun, show off their skills, and inspire. One more way to make an impact. Letitia Niumbo for City Source.
The City of Irving's Parks Department is looking for lifeguards. Every March, the aquatics team starts hiring about 80 people to work for this season at the city's pools and aquatic centers. In addition to those seasonal spots, there are sometimes permanent jobs. Applicants must be at least 16 and have a current American Red Cross lifeguard certificate. Applications are available on the city website, and Aquatic Supervisor Lynn Harper has more info at 972-721-2718. Coming up, how pet owners can get free and low-cost pet health services. But first, gotta get to this. It's WebWatch, our online videos generating buzz on the internet. First up, this year's coverage of the Special Olympics basketball tournament.
It's just a good, friendly rival that we have. Every time me and him step onto the court, it's just like a competitive edge.
Our coverage of that inspiring event attracted hundreds of new views since our last show. State of the City is not tops for views, but I liked this comment from Ross Roeve on YouTube. He says, "I'm 26 years old and I'm from Poland, currently living and working in Canada. It is my dream to live and work in Irving." And our last edition of City Source also led to something interesting. On YouTube, Ross Roeve came back to say, "Every video I watch, the more I want to come and live in Irving. From your videos, it looks like Irving is a perfect city to live in. It's really like that? All I could say is that means we must be doing our jobs pretty dang well." By the way, he is not alone. We actually get thousands of international views. If you missed any of those stories, find them at ictn.tv. That's also where you can watch us live 24/7. Plus, catch us at youtube.com/The City of Irving. We have more than 1,500 subscribers. Join them so you can be notified when we add videos. And we always like to hear from you, so make sure you leave us a comment. Moving on now, the diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease can be both devastating and perplexing for patients as well as their caregivers. At Irving's Heritage Senior Center, a relatively new group is helping people cope. City Source reporter Iolate Dogs takes us to the Memory Cafe.
Okay, why I'm here.
Each meeting of the Alzheimer's Association Memory Cafe begins with introductions.
And I still didn't remember what I went for. I went over my head. Anyhow, that's my story. That's why I'm here.
But even before names and pleasantries are exchanged, the people in this room already know what they have in common.
I want to do the best I can to keep him going. And I need to learn everything I can.
As I struggle with the effects of Alzheimer's, I know that there are others in the same boat.
It's not unusual for Alzheimer's caregivers to attend support groups. No doubt their job is tough. What is unusual, though, is what happens the third Thursday of each month at Irving's Heritage Senior Center. Here, Alzheimer's caregivers and patients all gather together.
The benefits are definitely honoring the person, right? Preserving their dignity, and that you're not talking about them with them not there. They're there. They're hearing everything that everyone is hearing as far as the disease, the challenges of the disease, and kind of how to help themselves, right? Again, we focus a lot on helping the caregiver, but how do you help the actual person with the disease who we can only imagine is experiencing every physical challenge, cognitive challenge that there possibly could be.
Mark Murray of Irving is here with his mother. This is the third Memory Cafe they've attended together.
I've been to a caretaker-only meeting here in Irving before, and then I was told of this meeting, which includes the patient and the caretaker. And it was another opportunity to get out of the house and interact with other people who are going through the same thing, both patient and caretaker, and get some feedback.
And get that feedback and fellowship without having to travel too far from home.
Irving, as we know, is a large city. We're 217,000 now, so we have a large community of seniors. And to not have to drive, gas, the stress of driving, of being in traffic, it's just one more thing that makes it hard for the caregiver. So to be able to get in your car and drive for 10 minutes down the road is just really awesome.
At each meeting, there's information, support, and socializing. It's a safe place for Alzheimer's patients and caregivers. They're among friends here. All they need now are more friends to join the group.
I just think that it's just so needed. I think that the more people we have, the more interesting personalities and experiences and challenges they can share with each other, the bonding and just communicating and learning from one another.
It's important because it only works if it grows. It is effective when it's small, but it's so much more effective when it's large, because again, the variety of people you get are going to have a different story, a different background, a different experience that everybody in the group can benefit from.
The Irving Alzheimer's Association Memory Cafe is in its first year. The Heritage Senior Center is determined to help it grow so more Alzheimer's patients and caregivers can have a place to help each other. I'm Iolate Dogs for City Source.
That group meets at 10 a.m. the third Thursday of each month at the Heritage Senior Center, 200 South Jefferson Street in downtown Irving. Spring means storms in North Texas, so the city's Office of Emergency Management, FEMA, and the National Weather Service are marking March 1st through 7th as Severe Weather Awareness Week. Those agencies recommend preparing now by getting together a disaster kit with 3 days of supplies. Clothes, water, medicine, and cash are among the things to think about. Plan and practice an escape plan from your home in an emergency. And remember, turn around, don't drown. The city shares info that a foot of water could cause many vehicles to float. 2 feet could carry away a vehicle. Pet owners can run up big bills caring for their 4-legged family members, but some help is available at Irving's Animal Care Campus. Jolene is back with that story.
Please fill out as much information as you can. You can put 2 pets per form.
When this sign goes up outside the Irving Animal Care Campus, the line of paws stretches out the door.
Oh, today, I mean, we're probably at around 100 to 150 total animal service. These events typically bring probably closer to 200, so I mean, we'll probably be here a little while.
It's TCAP Day in Irving. The Texas Coalition for Animal Protection comes to the Irving Animal Care Campus twice a month, offering free rabies vaccines and other low-cost pet health care services, even low-cost spaying and neutering.
You're good. She's like, you got more for me?
Everybody's just excited that we're able to get them in such a cheap cost. I mean, we're really efficient. We try to move people in and out really fast. So, I mean, people are really pleased with our efficiency and everything that we offer.
It's okay. It's almost over. It's almost over.
One more. This is the one that stings.
By law, all Irving pets older than 4 months must have a current rabies vaccine. Rabies is a deadly viral infection spread by infected animals, and it will always be a concern.
Rabies is an endemic problem to Texas. It's natural from Texas. It's always going to be around because we have a lot of wildlife.
The city's partnership with TCAP helps Irving pet owners stay in compliance with city ordinances and care for their pets without breaking the bank. A deal worth waiting for.
They are very grateful. They are very grateful. It's a great chance for us to educate people. Sometimes people just willingly, they do not want to violate any kind of ordinance. It's just they don't know better.
This is Oreo.
Oreo?
And Rocky.
So Rocky's the troublemaker.
Yes, he's the worst one.
Elsie Wolf brought her dogs in for low-cost vaccinations, a service some pet owners like Elsie say they might otherwise have to go without.
I think it's a blessing because there's a lot of us that are out there on fixed incomes, and your money just don't go far enough, you know.
But you still want to take care of your...
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, friends? That's my kids. My kid, he's my son. This is my grandson. That's my granddaughter. That's how I look at it.
And as busy as the Animal Care Campus can be when TCAP visits, it's actually a big relief for Irving Animal Services employees. This partnership frees them up to focus on their big picture.
The collaboration with TCAP let us focus on the real duties of animal services, which is keeping the public in compliance with the ordinances.
If you missed this event, not to worry. Next time TCAP is back on the Irving Animal Care Campus, just bring your proof of residency, your pet, and maybe your earplugs. I'm Jolene DeVito for City Source.
Now to something else special for the pet lovers. You may remember this act from their big win on NBC's America's Got Talent. Now the Iolate Dogs Rescue Tour is coming to the Irving Arts Center. There is a lot to their story, but I want to point out 2 good things to know. All of these dogs are rescues, and a portion of the proceeds from Irving ticket sales will go to the DFW Humane Society. The show is March 11th at 7:30 p.m. at the Irving Arts Center. For tickets, call 972-252-2787 or visit irvingartscenter.com. Now that you have seen what rescue dogs can do, maybe you're motivated. It's time now to head out to the Animal Care Campus for our Pets of the Week.
Hi, my name is Joshua Elijah Bonilla, and these are our Pets of the Week. Our first Pet of the Week is Daisy May. She is a 3-year-old St. Bernard. She's a very good dog, however, she needs to be placed in a single pet home. She can be a little pet dominant. She was found roaming the streets of Irving, and it was picked up by a police officer and dropped off with us about a week ago. If you'd like to adopt Daisy May, please stop by the City of Irving Animal Shelter. And for our second Pet of the Week is Chester. He is a 1-year-old standard rabbit, very well behaved and trained. He is hand tamed, as you can see, and he's also trained to walk on a leash. If you would like to adopt Chester, please stop by the City of Irving Animal Shelter. And for our third Pet of the Week is Brittany. She is a 3.5-month-old Yorkshire Terrier, very beautiful, sweet puppy that's looking for a loving home. She was found running stray. If you'd like to adopt Brittany, please stop by the City of Irving Animal Shelter.
Wow, what a selection there. Thanks a lot, Josh. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. We are covering the citywide workshop as Irving gets started on a new comprehensive plan. That's on the next City Source. And we're heading out to the convention center for one of the most eye-catching events of the year, a robotics competition called First. This year, there is a special theme we'll tell you all about. And we're checking out the progress as crews move much of what's in the Central Library to the new South Irving Library. All that next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the action at the Quad Rugby tournament at Center Park Recreation Center. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.